Hey guys, Sleepy here, and today I'll be talking about tips and tricks that got me to Immortal. First things first, you should be looking after yourself. You should be eating enough, sleeping enough, and drinking enough to make sure that you're playing just as well as you want to and perform well in game. You should also be making sure you have an established aim routine that you perform every day. It doesn't have to be really long, it can only be 5 minutes, or it could only just be a warm-up, but as long as you're following something consistently every day, you will be improving. I recommend the Miyagi method and the Prem's method, which I will link down in the description. The next thing is to not play too much. As counterintuitive as it may seem, you should only be playing a couple games per day. What I mean by this is if you lose, just have a break to rest and reset your mental. If you win 3 games, just hop on an alt or play unrated if you want to continue playing Valorant. It's better to win 3 games and get off, as opposed to tilt queuing and losing 10. The next thing is to enjoy the game. Forget about your rank and just focus on improving. How did you die? What got you into that position that made you die? Could you have avoided it? Thinking about things like this after the round and focusing on your mistakes can help you improve your game sense as well as your gameplay a lot more and a lot quicker. Don't be constantly thinking that you should be a higher or a lower rank, just believe in yourself as a player because you're better than you think. Expected value. There's a really good video on YouTube made by CSGO which explains the concept in further detail. However, I will summarize it in this video. Before making a play, think about what you gain or lose from the scenario and whether it's beneficial or more detrimental to your team. Say for example, your team is on an eco and you have the choice to push out of a smoke to kill an enemy with a rifle. The risk isn't that high because you're on an eco and you won't lose too much, but if the play works out, then you're rewarded with a rifle that could win you the round, and even if you don't get it, you still do good damage to their economy. Again, please watch CSGO's video on this concept because he explains this in further detail and gives more scenarios as well. Be the change. If your whole team is scared of running in, just go first. Communicate to your team that after you've thrown your utility, you are okay with going in first as long as you get traded. Sure, your KD might not be as good, but take action towards winning the game instead of just sitting in a main not knowing what the fuck you guys are doing. The next thing I want to talk about is pretty short, but I want to talk about playing out the time on the clock. A lot of players, especially in lower elos, tend to just commit to a side within the first 30 seconds. When the round begins, you have around 2 minutes to gain map control and work the map to try bait out utility and pick off players. Use this time on the clock effectively so that when you do finally hit a site, there won't be anything stopping you. The last few things that I want to talk about are just a couple of tips that help me get picks and win rounds. You can use pings to your advantage to pre-fire opponents and hopefully catch them off guard.
Here. Outrun me?
When playing Ascent and the enemy team rushes A, close the door to make retaking easier. If they decide to push through the broken door and the tree smoke that is there, you can hopefully catch one off guard and get a free pick. When playing attack of post plant or defending a site, try look at where your teammates are playing and set up a crossfire like shown. Do you find yourself getting headshot a lot? This may have to do with how close you are standing to a wall. When you stand closer to a wall, your player model becomes bigger and it's easier for the opponent to headshot you. However, if you distance yourself from the wall like shown, your enemy will have a harder time headshotting you and you will have a more even duel. However, I hope you enjoyed this video and this helped you in some way. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and please subscribe and turn on notifications. It really helps and I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.